Salutations! Welcome to another exciting episode of ARTiculation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at ARTiculation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org. Here are three of the headlines I saw today, Monday, June 24th, 2019, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. In business, the 4-day Business Analyst Boot Camp starts at 9 a.m. today at the Crescent in Dallas, Texas. In sports, the 3-day Corbin Wrestling Camp starts at 10 a.m. at the C.E. Jeffers Sports Center at Corbin University in Salem, Oregon. And in entertainment, the 11-day $1 Food Festival Hyde Park kicked off today at midnight and ends July 5th at 11:30 p.m. in Chicago, Illinois. And those are three of the headlines I saw when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. Head on over and see what headlines you see right now.
Looking to get the latest news? Visit Elite Values. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines daily. EliteValuesNews.com for all of your latest news.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you, we hear you, and I am definitely glad to be here with you today on another fresh episode of ARTiculation Radio. Of course, we have for you in store a lot of great music as well as an interview with an author, the author of, I'm not going to even tell you. You know how I like to do you. I'll tell you after I play this song for you. How about that?
Well, yeah, you're loving her. Give it to me, babe. Yeah. Wish I knew why I'm so in love with you. No one else in this world will do. Darling, please save your love for me. Run away. If I were wise, I'd run away. But like a fool in love, I stay and pray you'll save your love for me. I can feel it even when you're not here. I can't conceal it. I really love you, my dear, and although no good can come from loving you, I can't do a thing. Oh, I'm so in love with you. So, darling, help me, please. Have mercy on a fool like me. I know I'm lost, but still I see. Darling, please save your love for me. lost, but still I see. Darling, please save your love for me. You may have fun in the crowd, but for crying out loud, darling, please save your love for nobody else, just for me. Please, baby, just save your love only for me, yeah, baby. Darling, just save your love only for me, just for me. Yeah, baby, just save your love for me, for me, for me.
ARTistReview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ARTistReview.com. Artist, REVUE.com. From arranging art exhibitions to musical performances to radio interviews to so much more, the Artist Review helps your work get seen. ARTISTREVUE.com. ARTistReview.com. We kicked off today's episode of Articulation Radio with Save Your Love for Me, that Nancy Wilson cut performed by yours truly, Goddess Sage, with Myron Mills on piano. And on today's episode, the topic is Grooming a Generation, and we will be interviewing the author, Mr. M.D. Allen, regarding his book, Footprints, Responsibility Has No Shelf Life. That's Footprints, Responsibility Has No Shelf Life. So be sure to head on over to Amazon.com right now and grab up that book. In the meantime, we'll keep rolling with a few more songs for you, and come on with that author.
If you're looking for ghost writers, grant writers, technical writers, any kind of writers, go to the Writers Consortium. Their website is maryjefferson.us, MaryJefferson.us. The Writers Consortium for all of your writing needs, proposals, grants, academic papers, whatever it is you dream of, ghostwriting. The Writers Consortium can help you achieve your goals.
If you feel like it's real when I make your body shiver like an autumn leaf, I try to stay on my feet when you move a little closer to me. I can't breathe in. Your love is all I ever need. Take me going. It's time to let you know how I feel. When I'm here, I don't know what I could do to feel you. It's surreal to be a part in my heart. There's a place where everything's about you. I don't know who could ever make me feel like you do. It's time to show you my love is true. You're the one I dream about when I fall asleep. When I wake up in the morning, you're the first
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
You just heard You're the One by Sven Carlson. Up next is Wait a Minute by Snake City.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts. Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz. Become a Regal citizen today by joining Regal City Investment and Social Club. regalcity.xyz.
I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright. There's a reason for my feelings. There's a reason why I'm healing. Yeah, I feel higher than the ceiling. All because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep, but love, yeah. Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees, my knees. Every night I fall deep, but love. Yeah, wait a minute, don't you leave me before I get to kiss ya. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute, I can let you go before I kiss ya. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. I should catch up on my reading, I should catch up on my eating, yeah. But it's hard to keep your thoughts straight with you all up in my face. Try to get you out my mind, but why should I when you're all I really like, yeah. I feel higher than a mountain, all because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep, but love, yeah. Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees, my knees. Every night I fall deep, but love. Wait a minute, don't you leave me before I get to kiss you. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute, I can let you go before I kiss you. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you, said a minute with you, said a minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you, said a minute with you, said a minute with you is all I
Have you always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Call 972-880-8316 for your free initial consultation with a representative from The Conglomerate, or visit theconglomerate.work today to book your consultation in person. Theconglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work. Call 972-880-8316 to start your new business today.
Articulation Radio is extremely happy to have on the line with us today the author, Mr. M.D. Allen. Mr. Allen, how's everything going today in Dallas?
It's a fantastic day, great weather, and I'm happy to be here today.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we just want to take a few minutes of your time to talk to you a little bit about your book, Footprints. Responsibility Has No Shelf Life. Let the audience know real quick what formats that book is available in. I'm sure it's the ebook, paperback, but let them know about the price as well.
All right, thank you there. Yes, the book is available in paperback, Kindle, wherever books are sold. You can also buy wholesale copies directly at unconditional.org. The price is $9.95. On Kindle, it's $4.95. So I encourage you to get that book, a copy for yourself, and a copy for any young male of color that is a parent, thinking about being a parent, or has struggled being a parent. It's a must-read for this generation.
That it is. And people, let me read that subtitle to you. It says, and of course, that title is Footprints, Responsibility Has No Shelf Life. The subtitle is Teach Your Sons to Be Men and Your Daughters to Accept Nothing Less. And, of course, we all know that we can definitely get with that. Now, Mr. Allen, what was the inspiration for this work for you? Other than, of course, the direct need. Had you originally written it as a message to your children? What was the start for this project?
Well, as I travel through underserved communities, I'm currently taking on a international poverty project through my foundation, Unconditional Incorporated. And one of the things that I see that is directly attributed to generational poverty is parenting. Now, many people haven't looked at it from that perspective. So as I dug deep, I got the numbers, I got the facts. When you have a lot of single-family homes, a lot of other issues come with that. And so what I did was I wanted to kind of do something about it. And the way you do it is you send a message, you put it in print. There's also a curriculum that comes along with it. And most importantly, Penn Foster College has adopted the curriculum, and it's available through Penn Foster College for a very fair price.
Now that's cool.
Yeah, so you gotta do more than just put it in a book. You've got to take it to another level, and that's what we're doing. We're doing something about it, but we want to raise the men differently. We're going to put something in their head at a very young age, and that's what the book does. It's a great read for a single mom. It's a great read for a young man. It's very easy to read, and it breaks it down. There's some compelling chapters in there, and one of the ones that I want everyone to read is the open letter to the single moms. There's the silent cry. I talk about our future is there tomorrow, but as a parent, there's no higher honor. And when you look at what that takes, I give them a little insight on being a successful dad using 5 habits that are highly effective. And then I go into a faith perspective on how being a father to the fatherless, individuals who aspire to be a dad, but some will make a great uncle. Everybody's not meant to be a dad. And this book is breaking it down for those men. And then most importantly, those that are a dad, I'm sending a clear and compelling message. Responsibility has no shelf life. So if you haven't stepped up to the game, it's not too late. It doesn't expire. You can come on in and start making things right today because our future depends on it.
Yes, so true, all of that. And as a matter of fact, now one of the things that you had mentioned that I especially found was interesting, that you had said that you wanted the first thing, one of the main things for people to read is that message that you have to the single parents, to the single mothers. And I would guess that the reason why that is because, of course, in most single-parent households, most of them are headed by females. But can you clarify, of course, just for the audience, being that you are a male and wondering why your main message, I would say, would be to the single female-headed households. I'm guessing because of the majority.
That is correct. And then here's something else I want to put out there. It was very difficult writing that particular chapter because I got a lot of feedback from more than 500 homes. Some of the mothers were hurt. Some of the mothers felt like it was too late. Some of the mothers was open. There were a lot of different dynamics. And then there were a lot of cases where other men had stepped up. So the mother did get a chance to see a real man come into the house and do what needs to be done or attempt to. And then there were cases where, the mom had to do it all and she's still doing it all. And I wanted to let her know that, hey, we understand. I wanted to let her know that something is being done about it. But, and this was the message I wanted to get across clearly in the chapter, we still need her help. And the reason being is because, life begins with the mom. And although things sometimes are unfair, sometimes they get the short end of the stick, as we like to say from Louisiana, we desperately still need the help of the mom. And so we're not only saying that, we hear you, we're not only saying we're doing something about it as men, but we don't want you to give up. We don't want society to feel like this is the norm in the black communities. This is how it's always going to be, because it's not. But we've got to still continue to leave the door open for that individual because the fact still remains. Responsibility has no shelf life. When you look at footprints, they start small, they begin to grow. It is our futures and their tomorrows that are at stake. And so we have to do what we have to do to continue to send the message and to put things in place. We can't just talk about it. We're working with the local courts. Instead of sending juvenile parents to jail, yes, they're young. We're telling the judges to allow them to take these courses. Instead of locking a man up for child support, we're also telling the judge we don't want to stop that process in terms of him doing what he's supposed to do, but we want to educate him. We want to train him. We want him going through these courses. Let's put some added responsibility on him because, again, a lot of these individuals are in situations where they thought with the wrong parts of their body, they made these issues in terms of a responsibility that they were not ready for. And the problem comes in that they just didn't know. There are some legitimate cases out there where they don't understand the impact of those footprints. They're looking at it as just a child and the mother has it. Well, you can't do that anymore because now we've reached a day and time where those same kids that are growing up now, those are the future doctors, the lawyers, the individuals who are working in hospitals, those that are driving trucks and cars. And again, if we don't invest into them now, they're going to figure it out along the way, and we're going to continue to fight from behind. And that's what our communities are doing. We're fighting from behind.
Right, being reactive instead of proactive. And, and another thing you had said, too, that kind of still jars with me is when you had mentioned how, it's up to the parents to be sure to arm the children and to fill them with all of these useful bits of information, because too often we see, and we've been seeing for decades now, where there's pretty much been this standing, I would say, and I was going to say opinion, but really it's not that, because we do see where a lot of times people do give children, such beautiful names, but they don't try to teach the kids anything. And so, and of course, and with that, You know, we see them, naming them beautiful names and don't fill their heads up with anything. And, of course, let them get away with some of everything. Give the kids this sense of entitlement to where, yes, while for every generation we know that the children are the future, but this is the first time that I have ever heard people, and I'm a person who, my entire life, I'm a 70s baby. So even growing up, I used to listen to the older people, go and volunteer, do things like that. So I was always around the older generation as well as my own generation, and naturally having siblings, generation following. But I can honestly say this is the first time in my life that I have ever heard multiple people say things like, "Ooh, I regret the day that I get old and I can't take care of myself because I ain't going to trust these kids to come and take care of me. I ain't going to," and I've never ever, but I have heard a number of people that are in their 40s like myself that are like, "Hey, I already know when it gets to where I can't take care of myself, I might as well just go ahead and pull a bullet through my brain because I can't trust anyone else to do it." What would you say to people who feel that way? Because as you and I both know, when people say that, they may say it as though they're talking about the lack of confidence that they have in the upcoming generation, but you and I both know that in truth, it's lack of confidence in their current generation as well as the upcoming, because as we know, there are even seniors who are currently working and still out working. So for a person to believe that there will be not a single human being that they can trust to take care of them, what would you say to people who pretty much have that kind of mentality where it's kind of like they've given up on the kids? What would you say to them to help them realize how not only do they need to start depositing into the youth what it is that they believe that they're missing, but also make sure that they share tacit knowledge with their peers too?
Right. Well, the first thing I would echo what you just said, and that's don't give up. I've seen pain make a person give up. I've seen responsibility make a person give up. I've seen women raising kids on their own give up. In my journeys throughout these underserved communities and just really coaching and counseling single-parent households, I've seen a lot of things to make them give up. But another on point that actually sparked the book was you can't give up. That's why we're sending this open letter, because exactly with what you just said, that's exactly how majority of the homes felt, because things just didn't go right. And that's why we're saying, no matter how hard it may sound, some people say that's easy for you to say, but responsibility has no shelf life. I've seen boys become men at age 30 years old. They had to be taught. Now, of course, they have to accept it, and then they begin to pay it forward. But if you came to the game late, it's not too late. We're asking the moms to keep that open mind, to know that their prayers, didn't fall on deaf ears. It is being answered. But you can't give up, because once you give up, all hope is lost. And that is the problem. And that's why I say, in Footprints, it clearly demonstrates why families need fathers, why men need to be there for their families. It exposes the real cost of men leaving their children, but it also examines the enormous benefits to the community provided by the men who stay. So again, you have to look at this from a whole nother level. You can't give up as a mom. And for the single dads out there too, you can't give up, because I'm going to tell you, responsibility has no shelf life. And it's better late than never sometimes, but late allows a person to pay it forward. Giving up allows him to continue what he has learned, which is not much. So don't give up. That's why I say to those families, and put yourself in a position where you're paying it forward, you're not repeating mistakes, and you teach that child to do the same.
Yes. And now, Malcolm, And, of course, now they already know that they can, and hopefully you all have already gone over to unconditional.org. And as well as you know, you can always grab up footprints as well from any of your favorite book retailers. You can go on to Amazon or even walk into your local bookstore. Tell them that you want Footprints by M.D. Allen. But let me ask you real quick, M.D., do you have any upcoming book signings or events that people can schedule to come and see you at and have a chance to meet you?
Well, we're actually doing a 51 military-based tour. That's the upcoming thing. We'll be posting that on the site, and then we're going to
people be sure to visit that
community.
site and stay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, unconditional.org is where we're going to post all the upcoming events and everything too. Join our mailing list, stay up to date. We've got about 30 books coming out focusing on social innovation, social economics, and we want you to begin to fall in love with the brand. This is not going to be just one book, but we're tackling on issues such as poverty, business through entrepreneurship, faith, human trafficking, bullying. We've got one coming up that we'll love to preview here again on the radio station called Girls of Color. Very excited about that.
Oh, I'm excited about Girls of Color, too. You know, so is Footprints. And now, and definitely, people, be sure to head on over right now to unconditional.org. Be sure to sign up for that mailing list, reach out to the author, and grab up copies of that book. Now, MD, we thank you so much for taking out time with us today here at Articulation Radio. But before I let you go, I want to ask you, what advice would you give to a struggling parent who feels like they just can't do it? They can't seem to find the job. They can't seem to make the ends meet, and they really feel like they are failing their kids, although their kids are receiving all the love that they need, all the support that they need. What encouragement would you give to those parents to help them to stop beating themselves up over a dollar bill?
Well, the first thing is to find a coach or a mentor. Now, this is something I'll be quick, and I've been sharing with a lot of single parents who are in that situation. Sometimes you just don't know. When you're doing all you can do, when you've given it all that you've got, sometimes you've got to just stand and be open to accepting some advice from another. Allow someone else to come in and look at your life from the
And
outside.
would you encourage those parents to look at maybe if they feel defeated by searching for a job, that maybe they should even consider creating a company?
Oh, absolutely.
Or even a product.
Yeah,
yes,
we've got
exactly.
A book coming up with that. Yeah, so it's called CEOology. So, again, there are options out there. Coaches help you tap into those options, but we're going to be releasing a book here.
But for those who don't have the money for a coach, because coaches charge.
Well, there's actually some free sessions out there that's available where people just want to be mentors.
Tell them.
You can find them at score.org. That's SCORE. These are individuals that will just sit down and talk with you and explain options, and they don't charge you anything. There are thousands of them, and they work on behalf of the government, but they're mentors. These are former successful individuals who have succeeded, and they just want to give back. So there is a no-cost way to do this.
Now see, that's love, people. That's love directly from the author, Mr. M.D. Allen. So you better go on over and grab up that book, because you know he gives you a lot of wealth for you to pass on to your children through Footprints. Responsibility has no shelf life. And Mr. Allen, definitely be sure to come back on Articulation Radio anytime you would like. And for all 30 of your books, we would love to profile each one of those. And also, if there are any events that you would like to profile, you're more than welcome to come back for that as well.
All right. Thank you so much. And I want to thank your audience for having us. And we look to become a frequent guest.
Yay!
Remember, if you continue to execute, you will succeed. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, people. You heard it directly from M.D. Allen. Go ahead and make something happen. You know, as I tell you all, do not be a forgetful listener. So be sure to apply this advice that you've gotten, and that way all of these good nuggets of knowledge will turn into actual living wisdom in your life. I'm going to roll a few more songs for you guys, so stay tuned. Articulation Radio thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
You just heard a Miss in Wonderland 3 by Martin Langstrom. Up next is Playing with Fire by Matthias Andreasen.
You have a product, let them help you increase sales. You have a video, let them help you make it go viral. Peoplewarmers.com, PeopleWarmers.com for all your advertising, marketing, and promotional needs. They also take care of events planning. Peoplewarmers.com. Visit.
I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. But I couldn't resist you. Never felt like that girl, I swear. I probably should run, girl. Trying to make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that this is problem, and I know that it would kill me. Kill me, but I can't resist. I'm falling, and I know that this will burn me, burn me, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned. Don't know why I do this. Don't know why I let you play me. But I guess that it is your kiss who made me fall. Yeah, I don't blame me. I know that I should run, girl. Yeah, make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that this is problem, and I know that it would kill me. Kill me, but I can't resist. I'm falling, and I know that this will burn me, burn me, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned, 'cause I'm playing with. Yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned. Playing with fire, playing with fire, and I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably get burned.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, JeffersonTaylor.club.
The staff at Articulation Radio appreciates you so much for tuning in today, and I, Goddess Sage, especially appreciates you for tuning in. Be sure to, in the meantime, before you catch us on our next episode of Articulation Radio, do the things that you need to do to move forward with the things that you want to move forward on. No more excuses, okay? Keep being a doer, keep being a move maker, and keep being exemplary.
Articulation Radio.